So when I first started college, I was undeclared. But my sophomore year, I saw a brochure that said social work. Do you want a career helping people help themselves? And it turned out that I did. So I declared my major in social work, and I started my journey in learning about the low-paying profession of social work and everything that went into empowering and advocating and assisting people, and that people are individuals. And if you want to be successful in helping individuals, well, then you need to put your biases and your judgment aside. And so I graduated and I began working with individuals who are at risk. And that is how I met Susie, not her real name, confidentiality. And Susie was at risk because of self-neglect. Her physical and mental health had gotten to the point where she was unable to take care of her home. And the code enforcement had gotten wind of this, and they had condemned her home. They put a big old lock on the door and a giant list to accompany that lock that told her everything she had to do if she wanted to return. And that is where I came in. I was to meet with Susie and to look at the situation and try to determine if it was possible and safe for her to return home to live alone again. And if it was, how are we going to do this? So, even though there was a giant lock on the door, during the day, she was permitted to go in during certain hours so that she could work towards the goal of returning and remedying the situation, and so that she could get things for herself, because she was living in a shelter in the meantime, and also so she could visit and care for her pet bird. And I would meet with her during these times when she was allowed in the home. The first time she opened the door to me, she sort of opened the door because there was so much stuff behind the door that it didn't really open. And so I shimmied inside, and I immediately saw why it was condemned, why it was uninhabitable. There was stuff everywhere. There were Jenga towers of possessions and stuff and garbage and boxes and newspapers, waist high, and then at the perimeter it was all the way up to the ceiling, and where the ceiling met the wall there was a conga line of cockroaches, and there was some squeaking and some scurrying that I tried not to think about, and I was overwhelmed and I was shocked, and I thought, how could she let this happen? How can anybody live like this? How did it get so bad? But I'm a professional. So I put that aside, and we got to work trying to figure out what we were going to do. And I should also tell you that another thought that went through my mind is how scared I am of bugs. So anyway, we're meeting regularly, and on one visit, we got there, and it was immediately apparent that the bird had gotten loose. And the bird is flapping, and he is squawking, and he's flying all around the apartment, and she's really upset. And I realized she had lost so much. She lost her dignity and her independence and her home. She can't lose the bird. I gotta catch him. So we're comically wobbling all around, ooh, trying to catch the bird. We're tripping. And then I see my chance. This bird has landed in the bathroom at the top of the vanity on a fake flower. And so I'm ready. Gonna get him. So I look and I get in position and I'm ready to get him, and I get closer, and then the bird flies off and the flower starts to tumble towards me. Something else is tumbling towards me. It's an entire family of cockroaches, and they're coming fast, and I cover my hair and I cover my mouth. Ah! My professionalism out the window, and I straighten up, and I'm so embarrassed. I just broke the cardinal rule. I showed my fear. I showed my disgust. And so I look at Susie, and she looks at me, and then she puts her hand on my shoulder, and she says, "Oh, don't worry. We'll catch that bird."